Hey, YouTube, my good friend. So here we are again. Me, you, my cigarette, my coffee, all my best friends. Cigarettes, coffee, and YouTube. And I'm bored. It's Saturday, it's almost noon. There's nothing to do. I sometimes get into gardening, um, but I don't have any money to add to it right now because the grass was growing really good, and now there's a patch that looks like shit because I added more grass seed, or yeah, really expensive grass seed. I put like $25 grass seed on it, and this one patch area looks like shit. I don't know what the fuck that's about. And then and I don't know what to do. I water it every day. Um then I went for a ride. I didn't have much gas. Only had like, I don't know, like a third of a tank, and I drove up 275. I was trying to see where 275 and I-75 meet, and it must have happened without me even seeing it because all of a sudden I was in Hernando County on 75, I guess, and made a U-turn. Like I turned around to head back because I noticed I didn't have much gas, just enough to get back, and I was like, I don't know. It's like, where did it change? I was looking for where it changed, and I never saw the change. And then I got lost because I didn't even know I was on 75. So I ended up in Riverview, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing in Riverview? And then I'm like, I'm all confused now, trying to get back to, a road or a highway that I know is going to head back to the West Coast. Um, it's so fucking confusing. Even when I've been here forever, I can still get confused and lost. I just wanted to drive. I left at like 6:30 this morning. I just wanted to drive without traffic. I figure Saturday morning at 6:30 was a good chance for me to be able to drive and feel my car without traffic. My car's got issues. I pay a lot of money, but I got to come up with another $1,200 for freaking catalytic converter or some shit. It's like, just I'll be driving, I'll be in fifth gear, and all of a sudden it's like pulling like it's gonna, stall out or some shit. It's a bitch. I don't have $1,200. I gotta get a job. I guess Tuesday, the day after Memorial Day, I'm gonna go job hunting. Now I don't know. It's life. Mm. I give up though. I just give up trying to figure out how to get a decent car. I've had so many cars. I've had so many cars, and they've all been crap. They've all been crap. Crap. Just crap. That's all I've had is crap. And so many crap cars. That's what I've had. So many crap cars. Mm. All the freaking money. It's fucking ridiculous. Anyway, I guess maybe all cars are crap, and I'm in love with crap. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm just in love with crap. I don't know. Anyway, so I was gonna read this newspaper because I'm just freaking bored. I got nothing to do, and sometimes it's entertaining just to see. I don't know how pathetic it is sometimes. Mm, mm. All right, so this is the local section. This is still the Sunday, the May 18th issue, which tomorrow's Sunday paper will come out. If I have a couple bucks, I'll try to get the new issue. See, and I like to compare from week to week, see what changes occurred. Mm. I like the newspaper better than the Anchorman now. I do, even though the newspaper's fading out. I don't think the Anchormen are doing that great either. I still prefer the newspaper because I can. It's easier than having to wait for like three stories to get to the one story that you want to get to. At least with the newspaper, I can just flip to the page that I want to look at, or or dig into an article that I'm really interested in. All right, so this local section talks about memories from the Times building at 490. Staffers at the 490 building had a front row view of how downtown St. Petersburg transformed through the years. And someone took a very nice photograph. of the Times building at 490. Generations of Times staffers answered the call for tributes to the historic 490 building. The newsroom celebrates Pulitzers for investigations that exposed inequity in 5 predominantly African American Pinel schools and in Florida state run mental health systems. Inequity. Yeah, well, of course, inequity has to be attached to African American. Yeah, there's no inequity for white people. White people are always treated fairly, right? We never get hurt. We never get killed. We never get robbed. We never get raped. We always get the job we want. Yeah. hmm Uh, then the next thing is Baylink, and I gave this guy a thumbs up. What's his name? I don't know. He's been in here for a long time. What's it worth? This guy here. I think he's a really good part of the newspaper. I mean, I don't always agree with him. I don't always agree with um these people who think they know the value of things. I don't always agree with that, but I still like what he does because he's you know, he's a supporter of the economy. So I like that. I forgot his name. Let's see. It's not even showing his byline. It's like they took his name. Oh, there it is. Jeff Hess. Yeah, I like him. There's his name. I like Jeff Hess. There's something I like about him, but I don't always agree with him. But I mean, I like what he does. This is the classified, and on the side you see some classifieds. The classifieds are really interesting now. I mean, do you know how much a classified ad? Look at that ad. It's what, like a couple of lines. It's I don't know if you can see it. See how small that ad is. Now, okay, half of the page, half of the page of the newspaper. That's called a half-page ad. Now, this little classified ad. That's a very small ad. That's the smallest ad you can place. Guess how much that ad costs? Have you ever called to inquire about how much it costs to place a classified ad? Hmm? You know what's really interesting? At the Catholic Church, I went to, which one was it? St. Catherine's. I think I went to St. Catherine's Church. Um, yeah, I'm a confirmed Catholic, but I'm also a baptized Baptist. Just keep trying churches to see if anybody will actually notice me. But they have a Catholic like pamphlet that they put out every month, and so I called the number, and asked them how much would it cost for me to put an ad. It was very very expensive, very very expensive, and I had called the Tampa Bay Times to see how much it would cost to put in a classified ad. It's a very small ad. If you want to sell your bike or your car, or you want to sell something, it's very expensive. Very expensive. That little tiny classified ad. Whether you ask the Catholic Church to be put in their little monthly um, periodical, or whether you ask the Tampa Bay Times, yeah, very, very expensive, these little advertisements. I just want to mention that because when you look at an advertisement, whether you think the advertisement is well done or not, just think that we should be aware about how expensive that ad is, because us little nobodies who only have, 20, $30 to maybe add to some kind of ad campaign to try to sell something, we're not in that ball game. Your 20, $30 ain't gonna do shit. If you have $300, you might get an ad, but if you have $20, kiss it goodbye. Craigslist was your last hope, and Craigslist is gone. So uh, now we have the remnant, the little pieces of the newspaper left, and whatever periodical your church puts out, and of course they want money too. Everybody wants money. They're not there to help you. They just want your money. Well, that's what you're trying to do, right? You're trying to place an ad so you can make money. We can't give the church any money if they don't give you an ad to sell whatever you have to sell. So I guess the church doesn't get my money now because they won't place my ad. Oh well. Mm. Uh, Tampa Bay Marketplace, clock repair, house calls, antiques. And there's a clock repair man. He has enough money to place a 200, $300 ad. Let's see, military items, private collector. He has enough money to place that ad. Wholesaler will buy hall appliances. He has enough money to place an ad. Sliders with screens. I don't know. Calvary Catholic Cemetery. Oh yeah, funeral business. They definitely have enough money to place an ad. It's very expensive to die these days. Very expensive. Myrtle Hill Cemetery, Tampa. Oh, another cemetery. Yeah, no, they have the money. Books wanted to buy nonfiction. Oh, somebody who sells books. Obviously, they're selling the right books because they can place a $300 ad. The best cash for vinyl records. Vinyl records. The record store has enough money to place an ad. The cash today for diabetic test. I have no idea. Let's see. Oh, Shepadoodle puppies. Yes, if you're selling puppies, do you have enough money to place a $300 ad because you charge somebody $3,000 for one dog? So you definitely have enough money to place a $300 ad. Shih Tzu puppies. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay. Here's a 1999 Dodge Ram. Diesel, low miles, excellent condition, with a 8-foot bed. $18,000. $18,000. Well, I mean, even if he had to, even if it was like digging deep into his pocket for that $300 ad, he figures it's worth it because if he gets that $18,000, who cares about the $300 ad? No, I see. I never had anything worth $18,000 to sell. I don't have anything worth $18,000 to sell, so I guess it doesn't make sense for me to place a $300 ad for tutoring services or babysitter. Who cares? I mean, why should I spend $300 when I'd probably be lucky if I make $50 if one person calls, right? That's kind of stupid. Uh, there's a house, office retail, below market rent, below market. Do you know what that is? Do you know what market rent is? Do you know what below market rent is? Mm. Right. They used to say this was at a sixth grade level. I've got a college degree and I don't know what market rent is. What does that mean? Market rent. Below market rent. Hmm. Sugar Mill Woods, pristine upgraded remodel, $425,000. Remax marketing. $425,000. It's a 4 bedroom, 3 bath. Um, yeah, I don't know. 2 car garage. Services, concrete, electrical, cleanup, landscape, painting, roofing. Yeah, I'm sure they all have plenty of money to place a $300 ad. I don't know. Is there a special program like for the African Americans so that there's no inequity? I mean, maybe they get a discount for being African American. I know that being a white girl, I don't get any discount. Not from the Catholic Church, not from the Tampa Bay Times. No, no. You want to start a business? Oh, well, too bad for you. You went to college, can't pay your college debt? Oh, well, too bad for you. Can't work at Burger King anymore because you can't stand for 8 hours? Oh, well, too bad for you. Yeah, I'm dealing with the Ticket to Work program now. Let's see, can they put my 5'3", 53-year-old ass back to work? Or will it be inequity because I'm white and old and disabled? I don't know. Hey, Publix has a big ad. Look at this ad. How much do you think this ad costs? It's pretty expensive. Well, they can afford it, right? I mean, Publix can afford it. Mm. Have you ever looked at the prices at Publix? Mm. It's not. Have you ever had some boar's head cold cuts from Publix? It's not cheap. They sell alcohol too. Look, you want some all-purpose sweetener? Indulge for 11.99 for some sweetener. Yeah, and that's why they can afford this very expensive ad. Let's see. Another ad. Let's see. Omaha Steaks, Family Dollar ad, Macy's ad. No, I don't know how well Macy's is doing, but they've always been a major supporter of the newspaper. Macy's, yeah, they've always been a major. Look at this ad. This had to be. Now this is some ad. That's a big ad. Look at that. Whew, look at that. Macy's isn't broke. But I don't know. I mean, they must make some good money at Christmas time because if you go there, go to the mall, like, besides Christmas time, just on a regular day, I don't see that many people standing at the register. There's more people in line for a chicken sandwich at Chick-fil-A than at Macy's. But you don't see a Chick-fil-A advertisement in the newspaper. Macy's, I go to Macy's sometimes. I mean, at Christmas, yeah, I see people waiting in line to buy their stuff. But besides Christmas, I don't know. I don't know where they get all this freaking money. They wouldn't have a problem placing a little $300 classified ad. I used to work for Macy's. It's just I was spending more money in gas. I was at the wrong mall, spending more money in gas than I was getting paid. I wasn't making any money. Can you avoid knee surgery replacement? I hope so. I sure hope so. Okay, let's see what else we got. Oh, they still got some of the funnies, some of the comics, and they got games and stuff. Ooh, Doonesbury. Let's see the ones that I've seen throughout. Peanuts. Peanuts has been around since I was born. Let's see what other comics there are. Crossword puzzles, Sudoku and crossword puzzles. Crossword puzzles. Yeah, we got like a million apps and games on our phones, but the newspaper still thinks that somebody might want to play a crossword puzzle with a pen and paper. Isn't that weird? I know. It makes you wonder. Is the old people probably who don't have smartphones, really old people? Because I'm old and I even have one. I even have a smartphone. I just hate apps. Like whenever, like, yeah, I can't stand it. I'm going through the McDonald's drive-through and they're like, "Would you like to use your app for the app benefits?" I want to throw my phone right into their Big Mac. Um, Pearls before swine. That one's new. I don't know that one. Doonesbury, that's been around. Family Circus, that one's been around. Bizarro, I think that one's new. Bizarro by Dan Ferraro. Well, that's cute. I like the artwork. Bizarro. Yeah. Let's see. Is it funny? The many faces of that. Can't quite hear that. Can't quite see that. Can't quite smell that. Can't quite taste that. Can't quite afford that. Can't quite whistle with that in my mouth. I like the artwork. Zits. They've been around for a while. Not forever, but Hocus Folk. Oh, yeah, that was that. Can you spot the differences? Let's see. What else do we got? What else do we got? More crosswords, more crosswords, more crosswords. Here's some more. Garfield. Garfield's been around. Garfield. It doesn't even give the comic. Oh, Jim Davis. There it is. Jim Davis. Oh, Jim Davis and Garfield have been around for a long time. Pickles by Brian Crane. That's somewhat new, but the artwork is nostalgic. It kind of reminds me of Andy Capp's artwork. Blondie, yeah, Blondie. That was Blondie and Pickles have sort of like similar artwork. Um, Aloe and Janice by Jimmy Johnson. That's cute. Kind of reminds me of it. Kind of artwork looks like Doonesbury, but it also kind of reminds me of Kathy. Remember Kathy, the comic? Anyway, I don't know if you remember that. Uh, Memorial Day sale, interest free, 2030. Rooms to go. Rooms to go. Look at that. This is bigger than the Macy's ad. Well, it makes sense if Rooms to Go has a bigger ad and more money to spend on advertising because have you ever asked them what one of their couches cost? If you don't know, you should go find out. They're very expensive couches. Ollie's. Oh yeah, Ollie's is now. There was a Big Lots over there where I used to like to go hang out, and that Big Lots is closing, and Ollie's is taking over. I wonder if they're hiring. Grand opening. Maybe I could get a job there. I don't know. Ollie's customer loyalty program. 70% off the fancy store prices. Hmm. All right. Well, they're new, so I might be able to get a job. Let's see. Just a few of our many amenities at the Canterbury Tower on Bayshore Boulevard in Tampa, Florida. Apartments with beautiful water views, weekly housekeeping and linen service, open dining from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., one meal per day included, casual and formal dining venues, complimentary glass of wine with dinner, scheduled transportation, valet parking, electric, water, and basic cable included, fitness center and swimming pool, library, media center, movie theater, on site salon, 24-hour staff, pet friendly, with fenced in dog park, Ollie classes through the University of South Florida, annual tax deductions, and no real estate taxes. Assisted living, weekly housekeeping, 3 chef prepared meals, all utilities except the phone, laundry, scheduled transportation, library, media center, movie theater, on site salon. Come see for yourself why there is only one Canterbury Tower at Bayshore Boulevard in Tampa, Florida. Welcome home to Canterbury Tower. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to clean. You don't have to cook. You don't have to do anything. You just have to have what? $1 million. If you have $1 million, you might get there. But if you're just a poor white girl like me, no, you won't get there. Uh, I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it for the newspaper. Well, that's all I've got to say today. Have a great day.